Hello, welcome to ITK Reviews. My name is Praise. Today, I'm going to do a quick one on So You Want to Propose. This was inspired, obviously, by the people over Christmas and New Year that basically oppressed us. I asked, she said yes, red balloons everywhere. Yes, we love you, we're happy for you. So have you ever wondered what the best way to propose to your love, the love of your life is, especially in a pandemic, but you're not sure how to do it? I'm going to let you know how to propose properly. To give them, if you want to finish them on social media, here's the place to be. I reached out to some friends of mine, some people that I know that have been married and engaged, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, recently. So just ask them, what was the thing that they still remember? Like the things that were important, the things that they'll never forget. The thing that stood out the most was that it was specific to them. So if you are going to propose, it needs to be specific to your partner. Let me give you a perfect example. One of my friends has been married for 5 years now, 6 years this year. So she was saying that one of the things that really stood out to her was how he paid attention to detail. So they met at our friend's wedding. He proposed at this friend's house. But yeah, that was something that was significant to her. And all the other couples I spoke to, they kept giving me different instances. One of the other couples that I spoke to, they traveled a lot to see each other. So he proposed at the airport. And that was significant to the both of them. When you are proposing, make sure you're putting in thought into what is significant for yourself and for your partner and what they would appreciate. And that's very important. Another thing that's quite important as well is if you're going to propose, you have to have a good story. And I'm saying this because a lot of you don't know how to lie. And that's a problem. You need to be able to give some white lies in some situations, because how are you going to surprise this person that knows everything about you and you know everything about each other? How are you going to be like, you have to play in such a way that they're not suspicious. So like something like a birthday party, that's why most people propose at birthday parties, because you have an excuse to get dressed and do all that. Or just something like spoil the person, let the person just think you're traveling somewhere, so on some holiday, somewhere important or something like that. That usually you have to have a nice background story, like, oh, we're going to this place because there's something crazy. That's really important as well. Then you have your ring. I'm not even going to touch on the ring because that's a very personal thing for the person you're proposing to. But sometimes it's nice to ask their friends, because most people have spoken to their friends about what type of ring they want. That's if you want to do that. If you're proposing to the man, it's possible that he wants a Rolex. Ask his friend what kind of Rolex he likes. It's up to you. But one thing that I know has really helped from the couples I've spoken to is to get a decorator, especially right now in pandemic rather, you know what I mean. It's good to have a decorator. Any place can be decorated. The hallway, the sitting room, even a car can be decorated. Get in touch with a decorator. Most decorators have like vendors, like the cake vendor, the food vendor, all those type things in their records. So they can definitely reach out to one of those people to help you with. But the decorator is really good because generally they would have an entire picture. Even the photographer, reach out to the decorator, tell them that, oh, I want to propose, this is what my space looks like, send a video when necessary, and then the decorator can then put you in touch with anybody. For food, from what I've heard, it's important because there's a lot of crying, sometimes coughing when this whole thing happens. It's important to get food that isn't crazy spicy, food that is just like neutral. Ideally sweet foods, cakes, desserts. Even if you're going to do savory things, make sure that it's not like spicy, because you don't want the love of your life to choke after they've eaten. It's usually best to do it the minute they walk into whatever venue you've chosen is, and then eat later. And then the photographer can then take pictures. If you're not sure what type of music to play, it's nice to think about the music that you both enjoy together. That usually helps. And see if you can find a way to just put that on a playlist on Spotify or Apple Music and just have that playing in the background. You can have it on repeat. That's quite good. For decorations, balloons. If you have 200, double it. Because how would this person know that you love them if you don't put balloons everywhere? And rose petals, champagne. If you want the woman to, you're telling this one to give her life to you. These are the things, guys. Just add it. A new car, a new house, propose with it. Yeah. So also at the end of this video, just in my caption, I'm going to have a few vendors that I know, because I grew up in Ireland, so I know the ones in Ireland. I'm now in the UK. I know some vendors in the UK that are great for this, and I have some people in Nigeria as well that are really good for this. But you can pretty much reach out to any vendor anywhere, and they can give you advice, even if they pay for the consultation. I'm going to leave them in the comments below, because if you do want to propose, this is a really, really good way to go. That's it from me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope if you do propose that it goes well and you propose to the love of your life and everything goes wonderfully. Thank you for joining me.